America has a problem.
Pick up another call in the parking lot to Tucson. Are you with me? We're standing with the roof gone. I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Then you can get on the phone. Like you haul, and I know you need to go slow.
I'm sitting here talking at the hello everybody, welcome in. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Welcome in, y'all. So I'm gonna try to make this an hour. I'm gonna try to make it an hour. I'm gonna try to make it an hour. I'm trying to find. Did I put it in my thing? Cause she did talk to somebody. Hold on. Cause his wife did have an interview. What happened? Is this it? I might have to go on. It was on 6th. Oh, so that's why he talked cash shit. I'm sorry, about 6th the Goddess. Oh, okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where is 6 at? 6 did an interview with Anton Daniel's wife. I didn't know that because I don't watch her. But I do now. Hold on. I don't watch her, but I do. I do know that I do know that she does work hard. She does her content. And I don't have nothing bad to say about her. I never have. But I can say that she does good time, you know what I'm saying, content. I just don't watch her. Okay? I don't watch her. Okay? I don't watch her. But she hold her own. She can hold her own. She can hold her own. She can hold her own. I don't watch her, but she good on what she does. All right, let's get into it. So shout out to Lakeisha. Keisha, she got it, child. We're gonna watch it from her. But we're gonna watch some of her videos. Shout out to her. She is a good content creator to me. Hey, so we're gonna get into it. All right. But I'm gonna try not to make this long, okay? Y'all hear how I'm sounding. I'm not sounding my best. I'm finna fix me a hottie toddy in my head. Child, I hate allergy season. But I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna try to make this an hour or an hour and 45 minutes. Maybe 2. And we gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this.
Listen to this, guys. The very first time she talked to him, what he said to her was so disrespectful. There would have been no coming
let me
back
drink it
from that.
while I
Listen to what she
I'll
said.
be right back. Oh wait,
I don't know if I.
let me read my disclaimer. Hold on. Let me read my disclaimer, and I'm finna go warm up my hottie toddy right now. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107. Allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, research. Fair use is a use prohibited by the copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, personal use of tips balance in favor of fair use. All right, I'm gonna let this play, and I'll be right back, y'all. She look cute with her braids.
I can say this on here, so I'll try to say it without saying it. He says, "So, do you give oral?" But he actually said,
He asked her, "Do you suck?" DICK. That's what he said. She's just not saying it that way.
actually said the words. So I'm like,
You know, I'm starting to think Anton has an undiagnosed disability because I don't know if you guys are familiar with people that have autism. A lot of times they are, their feelings are not aligned. And a lot of times they don't understand emotions, is what I should say. Their emotions are off. The fact that he asked for her phone number, the minute he got the opportunity to speak to her, the first thing he said, "Do you suck DICK?" It seems weird. And also, she's going to go into when he said it, she hung up on him, but he called her back to say, "I think your phone got disconnected," which was weird. No, I hung up on you.
This is fine. Hey, boo.
hey, girl.
First of all, let's get into this hair.
Oh,
Honey, the hair is laid.
oh, I thank you.
The ancestors are wow.
Thank you. Well, when you asked me to come, I said, "Oh, this girl's gorgeous. I got to step my game up."
Okay, you did. You just came on. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So where are you at right now?
I am at home. I'm actually in Anton's studio where he records all of his videos and stuff at.
So where is that at?
So it's
Florida?
no, we're in Michigan right now.
In Michigan, okay.
Yeah.
So you're what, an hour behind me?
No, we're on the same time. It's 7 o'clock
okay.
here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, first I want to say thank you for coming on.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. I have some people that feel like, I love talking about, relationships and just talking about us as women and, our stories and us, upgrading and doing better. I love to have those discussions. And so I realized that when it comes to talking about certain aspects of relationship and marriage, you need to have a woman that's actually married to come on and talk. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So I appreciate you being willing to come on here and kick it with us.
Of course. Of course.
Y'all, if she's married, so can y'all please not be giving advances? I'm blocking. Okay, y'all doing too much. Now, I already don't say it what it is. Y'all won't have Anton coming over here going off on me. Oh no. White boy second. We don't want no smoke. So how long have you been married?
So this coming Saturday, it will be 17 years of marriage.
17 years.
Yes, 17 years.
Wow. So how old were you when you got married?
I was 22 when I got married.
Now, just to, give you guys some context, this was about it could have been 5 years ago. So 17 years, 4 to 5 years ago.
Okay. So being married for 17 years, being married young.
Mm-hmm.
In 2021, as being where you are, what do you feel about marriage present day? As a whole, not necessarily even your marriage specifically, but knowing what you've known about it, knowing your experience. I know you've heard so many different opinions on the internet world about it, but how do you personally feel about marriage in 2020?
I feel as though people don't want to put in the work because marriage, it's fun, but I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't always been, the easiest aspect of my life. And I just feel like people don't want to put in the work. Like as soon as something happened, they're like, "Oh, I'm getting divorced," and it's like, where's the work? Like, are you gonna try to work through it, or are you just gonna quit every time something happens?
So that, and it's interesting you said that. That's kind of why I titled this line the way I did. Because I think that women think when you get married, like you just float on a cloud the rest of your life and have your husband fanning you and
I don't think that though. I don't think that.
They're like, "No, you're worth. Level up. You deserve better." And I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like that's how it's gonna really look.
Yeah, that's not realistic. That's not how it's gonna look at all. That's definitely not realistic.
Right. So, okay, in your opinion, what does working it out look like from a woman's point of view? Does it look like picking and choosing your battles? Does it look like proving your point? Does it look like reciprocating energy? Like, what, when you say working things out, what does that look like in your feminine energy?
So I feel like in the beginning, when I was young and immature and not knowing what I know now, it was matching the energy. Like, oh, you said this, so I'm gonna say something back, you know. But now that we're 17 years in, I would say it's about picking your battles. And then it's also about
Rita is gorgeous. She's gorgeous to me.
having the conversation. Matching energy, that's tired. Like, that's old, that's played out, like, that's immature. It's about picking your battles and having the conversation.
While I can agree with what she's saying, this is where we're going to do a little bit of gear switching, because I totally understand what she's saying when she say pick your battles. But when your husband is out here making you look like a damn fool, I'm confused, because in this video here, it appears that Anton's wife, which is the lady that you guys just saw, gives him permission to be with other women.
If Anton wanted to bust down a chick, his wife will let him. She's okay with it.
Okay, what's your name, love?
Is it Janelle?
Let me ask you a question. If you married to somebody and they can't tell you like I can tell Rita anything.
I can tell Rita anything. Well, you want a spouse that can tell you anything, but what is the purpose of getting married if your spouse is telling you they want to sleep with somebody else? Yeah, that's a little bit weird, okay?
Anything. If I like another girl, if I'm going through something.
Look how she looking. If I like another girl. And look how she looking. She like, what? Look at this lady. She like, huh?
Then if I'm not feeling her at the time, if let's just say let's use a worst case scenario in your mind. Yo, you know what? I'm feeling like busting down enough.
Look at his wife. Look at his wife next to him. They look like two fucking idiots. I want to bust down another girl. What type of weird ass, no Christian values, fake Christian values, fake everything. This is all a part of their grift. And shout out to No Captivity with Freezy. This is his video, but I thought this was a good opportunity for me to kind of react to his video, because his wife is speaking on submission is what she's saying. And I'm not saying don't submit to your husband, but don't submit to foolishness. You don't need to be married if you feel that you need to tell your wife, I need to go smash down this chick.
The chick tomorrow.
Want the iPhone 17 Pro Max?
I agree with her. And I agree exactly what Keisha said. You don't need to be married if that you're going to tell your wife that.
Without good credits, the down payment, or the commitment? Meet Leaseville.
Damn.
Would you be able to be wait, stop. Hold on, y'all. Let's talk about it. Do you think you should be able to do that within your marriage?
Talk about it, yeah.
Yeah.
You said no?
You said what? You said busting down another girl?
She said, did you say busting down another chick? The people like, what? Huh?
If that's the way I felt and I wanted to talk to her about it, do you think that makes sense?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Why not?
How old is
Wait, y'all.
The wife says, why not? Why not? A wife advocating for her own husband to be licking on somebody else. This is the craziest, most mentalist shit I've ever heard in my life. Something ain't right with her either.
So
I want to know why she think that's okay. Maybe she don't want to be touched. It's giving. I'm tired of him humping on me. That's what I'm not being disrespectful. I'm tired of him humping on me all the time. Please don't touch me. Please. That's what it get to me. I'm just saying.
When you say have the conversation, is there a finesse in having the conversation? Like, so, because most of us, we kind of messed up when it comes to having a conversation, and we be having bad timing or don't work it right. Like,
yeah.
What, like, so you and your man disagreeing on something, like, what is the correct way to approach the conversations?
I feel like that you need to know who your person is. And again, it took me a minute to even realize who Anton was, because like I said, in the beginning, it's like, well, let's have the conversation now because we are.
So she said, you need to know who your man is. So I guess knowing that he's disrespectful, knowing that he puts out this perception that he can have any woman that he wants, I guess is a part of knowing him based on her. As long as you know that he's a piece of shit, I guess that makes it better.
Arguing now. So let's talk about it now. But he's the kind of person where he needs a minute to like calm down, get it together, and then come back. So now, again, like I said, 17 years in, I know that now. So we might can't have the conversation in that moment. We might have to wait an hour or two. We might even have to wait till the next day, depending on what it is. But you just have to know, who your spouse is, who your person is. You have to know how to deal with them and how to handle them. So
I'm sorry, I wouldn't want any type of relationship advice from a woman who does not demand respect. Now, a man.
She said the next day. Right. That girl said the next day. Sometimes they don't. It depends on the conversation. So I guess Rita saying, listen, if the conversation ain't a serious conversation, I'm not going to have it. We'll have it the next day. Yeah, we'll talk. Whatever, child. But when it's serious, we finna talk right now. I think that's what she's saying. Oh, well, we talking now. All right, girl. But all right. Oh, child.
That's out there cheating behind your back, that doesn't make it any better. But at least you don't know about it. This is crazy. I wouldn't want any advice from this lady.
I guess that would be like the.
So does that make you feel oppressed?
No, because I mean, like, it's the same thing with me. Like, I might not always want to talk about it. So he might have to give me.
I feel like this woman has conditioned herself to accept whatever he comes to the table with for the sake of money. And I'm going to tell y'all, like I said in my last video, women will put up with anything depending on how much you pay. The more you pay, the more they would accept, okay? It takes a special kind of woman who has high self-esteem, who really just don't care about that. When I say care, I'm not going to say women don't care about the money, but sometimes the overall emotional abuse is more than, she can take. So she'd probably be like, forget the money. But then some women, as long as you can buy them things, they'll deal with the abuse. And it seems like this is what she's conditioned herself to do. Hey, I can buy whatever I want. I can go wherever I want. If I'm going to cry, I'd rather cry with a lot of money.
My day or my hour, like, I might not want to talk at the moment. So, I mean, it's the same thing. It's not just like he telling me and pointing at me like, wait till I'm ready to talk. No, it's like, no, okay, when you're ready to talk, then let's talk. But no, like, I don't feel oppressed at all.
So you feel like by giving him the courtesy and understanding, they tend to reciprocate that back.
Yes.
As opposed to knocking everything over and being like, no, we can do this now. Like, I never have imagined that would work out well.
Yeah, that's not the move. That's definitely not the move. Because I feel like that if you if you have the conversation in that moment when you're angry, you're just going to get angrier. Like, you're not going to solve anything. It's just going to be just more anger and anger and anger and anger. Whereas if you wait the 10, 15 minutes, hour, next day, whatever, most of the time when you all come back and talk about it, it was a misunderstanding. You thought, or you assumed, or like, it's really nothing. And then you end up laughing about it. Like, I can't believe he was even mad about that.
Okay. So you feel like you have the conversation. So it's kind of a step process. So you have the conversation, you know, of course, when both parties are ready. And then you have to kind of get over it after that, is what it sounds like. Like, so you're saying, like, once you talk about it and it's dead, you have to kind of like move forward.
Yeah, definitely. Like, once you have the conversation and y'all fix it, don't bring it back up, because you already fixed it. Like, what's the point in keep talking about it?
Right. So now, what would be, well, first of all, I'm going to ask you, like, what your advice would be to the girls today that want to be married, and what's the best way of knowing the right man to say yes to. But before that, can you just give us a story on how you met your husband and kind of the story behind how you decided you're going to say yes and kind of sign up for that wife life?
Ooh-wee. How much time we got? No, I'm joking. Okay. So me and Anton actually went to high school together. Okay. And 9th grade, we had a class together. I think I sat like behind him or something. And so he, you know, asked me for my phone number. I gave it to him.
Excuse me. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Don't skip over this.
What?
So how long were y'all in the same class before he asked for the number? Was the first day of class, had y'all built up
I think it was so long ago. I think it was the first day of class, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
I'm almost certain it was the first day of class. Yeah.
Oh, snap. The first day of class, he was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he asked for your number. You ain't asked for his number.
No. He'd asked for my number. Definitely asked for my number. Okay. And so he called me, I think, that night, and, you know, we was talking on the phone just regularly, maybe 10 minutes into the conversation. This just
pay attention, y'all, because you're gonna ask yourself, girl, how did you even get?
That's what I was saying. Well, if she cool with it, that's her choice, right? That's how I feel. She cool with it.
This far with a man that tells you or asks you, do you suck DICK after being his first time speaking to you?
Disrespectful man. This I don't know if I can say this on here, so I'll try to like say it without saying it. He says, so do you give oral? But he actually said the words. So I'm like, wait, what did you say? I didn't.
The man asks her, does she suck DICK? This is the first time they are meeting, talking on the phone. How weird. I believe Anton definitely has some kind of disability, because if that is a question you wanted to ask, why would you make that the first thing you say?
Yeah.
And then listen to what she said.
I don't think I heard you correctly. Can you repeat yourself? So he repeated him. Girl, yes. So he repeated himself, and I said, okay. So I just hung up. So him being, girl, no. So him being the arrogant person that he is, he calls me back and says, I think your phone got disconnected. I said, no, I hung up on you on purpose. Right? He like, it's no way she hung up on me. I'm like, no, I actually hung up. I pushed the button and hung up.
Yeah, okay.
So I said, yeah, I hung up. I said, you are very rude and disrespectful. He was like, I'm just wondering. So again, I hung up. So that was 9th grade. I didn't talk to him anymore until 11th grade. We had that whole class together. Never talked.
Was that awkward?
No, I ain't care nothing about him. I wasn't thinking about him because you was disrespectful.
Right.
So
well, for him to say that means it worked on some chicks.
Exactly. He was used to like hood rats and just all kind of girls.
Probably
He was used to hood rats. Okay. Now it's starting to make sense. If you are used to hood rat women or girls, and these are the type of females that you attracted, I can understand his level of, now I got a few dollars. No, none of these girls would have looked at me, even if they were my age and we were all going to the same school. None of these girls would have looked at me back then, but now what I can do is pay them.
Reach him like, oh.
That's what he says now that we've had the conversation. He like, I knew you was different because you ain't far from my normal foolishness like the rest of the girls. So I think at the end of 11th grade, I don't know how.
Girl, you too? Connie, please. I am big time.
So my best friend was dating his best friend. And so she said, hey, now I didn't know, like I said, I hadn't talked to him in 2 years. So I didn't know who his friends or whatever was. So she said, hey, I'm going over, my boyfriend's house today. You want to come with? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. So when she called her boyfriend, he said, I'm not at home. I'm over my boy's house. So she like, okay, give me the address. I'll be over there.
And then
his boy was Anton. So he was at Anton's house. I was like, oh no. Right.
Anton was waiting like this.
So we pull up to the house again. I had never been to his house, didn't know where he lived. So I'm like, okay, So we get out, we go to the door. He came to the door. I said, it's no freaking way this is your house. No way. No way possible this is your house. So, of course.
In Detroit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that was in Detroit.
Okay.
So, of course, it was awkward because I'm still mad. Like, why am I here? Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like,
Yeah.
So, of course, after a while, we ended up just laughing and talking and stuff. But it was still never we didn't date in high school. So that was that. So then we both graduated, went away to college. And I was in my second year, I think, of college. And I was just randomly just thought about him one day. Like, I wonder how's Anton doing? And he had the easiest phone number ever. He don't have it no more, so I can say it. It was 3456758. Like the easiest number ever. Just write in numerical order.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call him, see how he doing. So I called him, and his mother answered the phone and was like, he's not here, but can I take your number, to have him call you back? So I'm like, okay, sure. So he called me back that night or whatever. And of course, he tried to act like he wasn't, but he was. He was. So we just became best friends instantly. Like he was talking to somebody else. I was talking to somebody.
Isn't that kind of odd though, that she kept his number? Because I have so many numbers in my phone and I wouldn't think of calling somebody, especially someone that was disrespectful initially, and we happened to stumble upon each other. But then I'm just going to say, what are they doing? Because I wouldn't even think about calling someone how she said Anton, what he had initially said to her.
Yeah, so it was just we was just friends. And he would tell me, about all of these dumb girls that he was dealing with and all of the stuff that he was putting them through. I'm like, that's just too much. I can't be bothered with you. And I don't know, we never even officially said, we together. It just kind of just meshed together, and it just kind of happened. And then next thing you know, we was getting married.
Oh. Okay, so there was never a time that he was like, you're my girl, started.
Now listen to this part. She goes into saying that they what she remember is that they got married. Now, the weird part about this,
now they married. Right. Now they married. Now they're married. They're married now, which is crazy. She said they went and got married. Mm-hmm. Her hair is healthy. Very healthy.
is they never went from boyfriend to girlfriend, because she says that there was never a period where he actually asked her to be his girlfriend. I thought that was kind of weird, considering, somebody that's asking you, do you suck D-I-C-K? And then somehow y'all became friends. It would be interesting to know how she got over that part, because if somebody said that to me, first of all, there's no going back. I don't even know how you would explain yourself. But then you went from that to becoming good friends with them to trusting him, is where it seemed a little bit weird to me.
Now.
Nope, never, ever. Nope, never, ever.
Yeah.
Girls that he was dealing with and all of the stuff that he was putting him through, I'm like, that's just too much. I can't be bothered with you. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, we never even like officially said, we together. It just like kind of just meshed together, and it just kind of happened. And then next thing you know, we was getting married.
Okay, so there was never a time that he was like, you're my girl starting now.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope, never, ever.
Wow.
That never happened. Like, when we started back talking, like I said, he was talking to somebody and I was talking to somebody, but mine wasn't like serious, because like I was still a virgin. So nobody was really checking for me like that. Like nobody really wanted to do, had nothing to do with it, because I wasn't giving it up. So they was like, oh yeah, that's nice. That's my girl. But yeah, it was just like, it was never a thing where we said that. We just started hanging out every day, been on the phone every day, seeing each other every day. And it was just like, okay, this is it. Like, this is our thing.
So how did he ask you to marry him?
He actually asked me to marry him with a diamond tennis bracelet first. And I was like,
I thought that was weird. How does somebody ask you to marry them with a tennis bracelet? Wouldn't it be a ring?
Right.
So it seems like Anton is a little bit, he got some loose screws up there.
No, I don't think it's loose screws. And like I say, no disrespect. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm coming for you. He tried to see how far he can go. Let me see how far we can take this. Let me see what I can get over in this one. That's what it gives me.
I was like,
So how old were y'all at this point?
We were 21 at that point.
Okay.
Actually, it was because when I caught him when I was, I think like 20.
He's been playing the whole time.
And so it had been like, I would say like a year.
So
something like that.
I should marry him with the bracelet.
Yes. And so I'm like, boy, you ain't for real. Like, I take the bracelet though, but we too young. I take the bracelet. We too young to be getting married. Like, I don't know. Like, I just wasn't in that space, or at least I thought I wasn't in that space, because I don't know. I just never thought about getting married. That just wasn't like a thing of mine. And then I would say was it a year? About a year, maybe a year, he asked me with the ring. I was like, oh, he's serious. So
that's what it sounds like.
And here we are 17 years later.
Yeah.
Wow.
She sure was.
So as a woman, what is the deciding factor when you're going to say yes to be this man's wife? Like, what made you be like, all right, like, I'm going to, like, this is the man I need to marry?
Because
what do we need to be looking for that we're supposed to feel, think about? Like,
you know what? Honestly, I don't know. Like, I think that you'll just know. I think the fact that
we always say that, but is that really how it
that's really how it goes. Because I mean, it was nothing like specific. It was just, I mean, like I said, we were best friends, like literally best friends. He started out.
I think that's really
Crazy.
odd that you don't know when
you
decided that you wanted to move forward with marriage. It leads me to believe that, you know, maybe you just don't know, because when you do videos like this.
Oh, wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't think that he has killed anybody before. I think he's capable. I've seen him angry before. He's just like a totally different person when he's angry.
Wow.
He blacks out. This is like being married.
Wow.
Totally different perspective. Okay, because you don't know why you wanted to marry this man. It leads me to believe maybe there was no reason, you know.
Yeah.
As we, you know, as I got into that interview, it seemed like, hey, Rita was.
Let me see. It sounds very suspicious. Southern Charm. She probably don't think that she could get another man like or better than Anton. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. When he learned she will accept anything, he wanted her as his wife. I agree. I see that too. So she just hold on to it. Yeah. That's what it seemed like.
Was pretty much up for whatever. She stated that Anton was a hard worker, and this was prior to YouTube. She said he had multiple jobs.
Okay.
So maybe, you know, by her knowing that Anton was for sure a provider, maybe that was the deciding decision. But what we do know, though, is Rita is acceptable. She accepts Anton's behavior. What married man can go to his wife and say, yeah, I want to sleep with Mika?
So Anton's wife was even screaming, why can't he bust down another chick, right?
Why
Anton said they're definitely not in an open marriage, but she will let him bust down another chick. Hey, to each his own. So much for being Christian conservative, but that's not what we're here for. It's one thing for Anton's wife to be okay with him busting down another chick, but it's another thing for a wife to be okay with her husband taking money outside of the household to spend on another chick. That's like a violation, especially to black women.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Instant happiness is here at Renaissance.
What the hell you taking money out the house for when we got all these bills? Hell, did I get a gift? What the hell? Did you gonna take me? That is a violation.
Center. You could get instantly approved for up to $4,000.
Hell no. Hell no, you can't take hell no. Don't she got I'm telling you, well, don't she got a man? Well, why he can't pay for it? What the hell we paying for it for? What the hell? What? What? Man. Yes, yes. Child, the way that it's okay, it's not okay. Let me tell you something. I don't think when it comes to like a race factor, it is okay. Let's be clear with that. Because not every race feel like that. There are some white women that say hell no. There's some Asian women that say definitely not. And some Indian women that say and then some African women that say you lost your mind. And then some Latinas that say you have went crazy. Are you for real? You know what I'm saying? They are not going to play that. You're not going to go ahead and when we have a household to contribute to, because a woman gonna ask, do they do anything for you? Okay, if we call them, can they help? You taking money out of our household. Okay, well, what can they contribute to? Because you have to go and ask your partner about that and what y'all finances look like. But when you sit here and you have a conversation where, oh, I'm gonna do, excuse me, you doing what? What? No, that's not, no. Can you call her? Do you think her husband would allow her to? Don't she have a husband? Don't she have a household? Where can she? Would her husband be okay if you asked for $500? Or would the husband be? No. No. We got things to pay here. We got to keep the lights running. Bills got to. Okay, that's fine. Our child needs such and such. We have things to. What? No. No.
Let's finish our, hope y'all got y'all, y'all snacks.
Telling me about all of the girls he was with and everything. Like, I was just like, his best friend. And, we was together every day. We talked every day. And I'm like, why not get married? Like, we already doing everything. I mean, you know what I'm saying? At that point, we was already doing everything that married people did. So why not?
Why not get married? We was already screwing. We was already doing all of that. See, that has never been my experience, because I have told a couple of people, hell to the no. Not saying that every situation is going to be perfect, because there are no perfect situations. Yeah. But I do believe the person you marry is the person you marry. I think some people feel like, if I get married, he gonna change. No, who you marry is who you get. Yeah. So it feels weird that she cannot give us any other. She doesn't say anything about Anton except that he was a hard worker, and you guys are going to hear her say that.
Like, and I mean, for me also, he always have been like the working type. Like, ever since I got back in contact with him, he had 2 jobs at the age of like I said, maybe 19, 20 when I got back in touch with him.
One thing she knew is that he was a hard worker. This is the only good characteristic that she said. He was a hard worker. I mean, is it that hard to find a man that wants to work? Because she can't think of one other thing outside of monetary benefit.
He had 2 jobs. So, maybe that helped, because I knew he was a hard worker. But honestly, I just feel like I think you'll just know when it's the one.
Say that, because I hear that so commonly.
Yeah.
And then it starts to become a cliche, and then you're like, oh, please, that's not. But I hear married people, like, that's the common that you just know.
Yeah.
That, there isn't necessarily, a certain ping that goes out. It's just a certain feeling.
Yeah.
So you were a virgin when you got married? Or you gonna get a little sample? Oh.
Yeah.
So you was like, hold on.
Now, although that wasn't important, I mean, people that's not virgins do get married. But do you guys see how she stopped there? Anton has told his whole follower base that when he married his wife, she was a virgin. Now, I don't know why that even matters, and I don't even know who gives a care about that. When you get to a certain age, a person being a virgin is honestly, a turn off in some, we're not like we're 18, 19 years old, but you see how she pauses there?
Right quick. So, okay, so your husband is the only man you've ever been with?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's why I said, y'all said us harlots and Jezebels.
Not the harlots, no.
I said, well, that's what I meant, because I had heard that he had mentioned that in another video, and I was like, damn. And that's why I told y'all ladies, I said, we're going to listen to the story. Now, us harlots probably cannot relate to it, but we going to still listen.
You are crazy.
For a lot of, us harlots and Jezebels out here, but
stop saying that.
For real.
Stop saying that.
So, okay, so what is your family background? So were your parents together, married? Like how did you kind of?
Now this is very important, guys, because what she's going to go into is saying that her father was not in her life, but that she met him at the age of 12, which makes a lot of sense because you telling a girl or asking a girl, a female, does she know how to suck D? The first thing came to my mind is where her daddy at? Because that's just not something that you would ordinarily say. I was a little bit taken back when I heard that Anton had asked her, did she suck D? So we learned that her father was not in her life.
Make that decision to kind of move that way.
So no, my mother and my father were not
a marriage of convenience. I agree. Yeah, I feel like she did. Yeah, that's true.
Married. My mother was she was a single mom. I didn't meet my dad until I was 12, I think. Like,
wow.
12, yeah. And even
no man at home at all.
I mean, my uncle, but it wasn't like no father. My father wasn't there. Nope.
So how did you overcome that? Like, where did you get this strong mindset from where you wasn't falling for the okie doke, you wasn't out here fighting and bopping, like, because clearly it's an intentional thing. You know what I mean? If a woman wants to do that, she has plenty of opportunity to do that. Like, clearly you intentionally chose not to do that. Like, how can girls overcome, even if they don't have a father figure, or even if they don't come from a completed home? Like, what mindset, like, what do she need to think about to not fall into that trap and kind of stay strong in the way that you did?
I mean, like you said, you have to be intentional. It has to be, what you want to do.
And honestly, I really don't feel like Rita is the one to give any type of schooling on this, because based on what we have saw online as it relates to her husband, we don't want it. So what she's going through and what she's enduring is something that nobody else wants to endure, even if it's for play or for real. It looks like it's for real, because if this is for content, then why would you be doing what? Deleting the content.
You have to put your mind to it. And I feel like in my situation, Mom, if you're watching, don't kill me. No slight to you. I love you, love you, love you. But like my mom, when she met my dad, she was a virgin, and like he was her first, and she got pregnant the first time at the age of 20. Oh, wow. And so just hearing that story, I just equated sex to kids. And so I'm like, well, I'm not having sex because I'm not trying to have no kids. So I was like, I'm gonna just sit this one out. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, it's just like you said about being.
Now I gotta give her some props here. I like that part. Because I was also the same way growing up. I saw a lot of people having kids, and I always, equated sex to kids. So I was like, oh no. So I understand what, I like how she put that. I feel like if a lot of people equated sex to having kids, then they probably wouldn't have so many different kids by different people. Not saying that does not happen, because people do get in relationships in which they need to leave, and you got to do what's, going to be better for you. And sometimes it does happen multiple times, but I love how she said that. I equated sex with kids. And that's how I teach my grown adult kids. Sex equal kids. So understand when you make that decision, what can happen. So just know when you do that, understand what can come with it.
Intentional and really just, putting your mind to it, and not, wanting to. If you don't want to do something, then you don't have to do it. You can easily just put your mind to it and say, hey, I'm not doing this. I'm not going down this path.
Hey, morning coffee break.
I'm not going this way, and don't do it. And
when I mean, everybody know, having relations is gonna give you children, even if it's just fun, and we talk about that all the time when we do the mommy content. We see that you have people who don't realize that out here and just wildly having relations give children.
It was just my thing. Like, I'm like, okay, so when you have sex, you get pregnant. That's not what I'm trying to do. So no.
Right.
So now that it's all said and done, now that you've seen the way you move, I'm sure you have other examples of women in your life and seeing different decisions women made.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell your daughter? What would you tell other girls her age? What advice would you give them? Would you give them the advice to do it the way you did it? Would you give them the advice to do it another way? Like, now that you've seen how it all panned out, what would you tell the girls?
I would definitely say do it the way that I did it, because I feel like when you get married young, you're still getting to know the person that you married, and y'all can also grow together. It's not just about, when he come, you, and not saying that you can't get married older, because people do and be successful all the time. I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. Y'all grow together. And so it's like, you don't have to worry about when he come to you, he already, set in his ways, and he already, feel like this or that. It's like y'all get to grow together, and y'all kind of mesh, and you kind of.
And I kind of disagree with this, because I feel like Rita made up in her mind a long time ago that she was going to stay with her husband regardless. Yeah. And I get that. But I wouldn't be able to stay with somebody that's playing with me online. Like, I don't give a crap if this is your job or whatever.
Real.
I wouldn't deal with that. But what she's saying is she feels like it's better to get married young. I feel like, it depends on the person.
I mean, she right though, and there's no shade to anybody, but I couldn't do it. Let me tell you something. If you can sit here and play around like that in the marriage, you'll feel like you can play around like that for real. They have to have some boundaries at some point. I don't appreciate that. I don't like that. I don't know, because our marriage is in a playground. It's a real thing. It's not just, it's a real thing. And I feel, and I agree with that.
Person, because what tends to happen is when you get married young, you at some point grow into the person that you're going to become. Yeah. Sometimes that may move you away from your partner. So I believe it's kind of like each to its own. You getting married younger is not going to be the fix to somebody else and tell them, hey, you should get married younger. I don't believe that's going to work for everybody.
Like, I don't want to say train or mold, but it's like y'all kind of mold each other into the person that you want them to be, into, what you need them to be for you.
Okay. So you don't feel like you missed something or missed out? Because that's what I hear women say. They say, oh, you want to do it because you want to get older and feel like you missed out. You don't feel like you missed anything.
I don't feel like I missed anything, because we've done everything together. Anything that I've wanted to do, I've done it, I did it with him. I travel, I do everything. Like, it's no shortage on what I can do. Like, yeah, I don't feel like I missed anything. Missed probably some headache and heartache. Probably that's about it.
It ain't. These streets are treacherous.
So
it's funny that she said she missed headache and heartache, but from what we're seeing right now, to me would be the most traumatized, and to be with a man that is, it seemed like he's having a separate relationship, but I guess it wouldn't mean anything if you down with it, right?
What y'all about to see not only proves to me that Anton and Mika was participating in sexual adult activities, but his wife was down with everything. And I do mean everything. Remember a few days ago when your girl Mika was on Talk Perspective and the host Orlando asked her if her and Anton Daniels were still friends? And she made it a point to set the record straight that her and Anton was absolutely not friends.
How long have you and Anton been business partners or friends?
We're business partners, and
so you're not a friend, because I don't want to provide language that's inaccurate.
that's why I changed it.
Yeah.
We're business partners, absolutely.
You're not friends.
No.
Okay.
Friends would imply that we hang outside of business. Friends would imply that we hang outside of business.
Friends would imply that we hang outside of business. Friends would imply that we hang outside of business.
Not necessarily. Well, yes, correct.
Yeah, like
outside of business.
Yeah,
correct.
like.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? So she said that friends would imply that they hang outside of business. Okay.
Molly is my new personal project.
What's going on?
I don't know. I keep hearing, okay.
They sick of me.
I'm trying to understand what the problem is.
Me too.
Damn.
Mika about to show up at your doorstep. She's like, what the fuck
Yeah.
you talking about?
There's no problems whatsoever. Everything.
No, but that's what it sounded like. It sounded like somebody's trying to say something without saying something. And I'm sitting here like, what the hell are y'all saying? Because
Don't say y'all.
Amiga, I'll fix it for you, baby. I got your flight scheduled for next week. Don't worry, I'm making it. Where you want to go?
But she told us none of that happened. Wait a damn minute now, Mika. Hold your mule, girl, and your horse, because I'm confused. You told us that it was nothing like that, but I hear the word baby. No, girl, it ain't nothing, girl. I got a girl. It's, you know what, I got your flight, baby. She didn't stop. What the fuck you got? Excuse my French. What you got going on, Mika? You said in that man's face, that was your EP. I hope Perspective watched these videos. That I hope he was like, wait a minute. Because remember, a lot of people felt like Perspective talk was being, but I think he knew without saying it, but he was being respectful because he knew her. Child.
You want to go shopping?
yeah, and my hair needs shampooing and conditioning.
Do you want to go shopping? Yeah, and my hair needs shampooing and conditioning.
Mika, you couldn't ask your husband? I wouldn't even play like that. I ain't playing like that with mine. No, what? If I had a husband, let's make this money. I'm not playing like that with mine. What? Oh no.
Conditioning. Girl, do you have any money? I always play the, game like this. I don't ask people for anything that I can take care of myself. I would never ask a man to get my hair done. This is given what Anton's wife said, that he had the ratchet type chicks, because you need your hair shampooed. You can't pay for that.
All right, I got it, baby.
Yes, I'm volatile.
At this point, you're probably not avoiding therapy because of stigma. You're probably avoiding therapy.
I'm going to say this, Mika, you just made me down my hottie toddy. I think my cold is gone after seeing this, and my headache has disappeared, because what the hell just happened? Girl, I don't know what kind of mess this is, but they done cement my sinuses on out the door. I feel a woo, huh? What the hell? Oh, child.
Because you've become very good at coping. So good that you stop noticing.
Wouldn't that be considered outside of business if she agreed for Anton to take her shopping? Or maybe they was just joking around,
doing it
for content.
I'm going to tiptoe around Mika tonight.
Ooh, doing it for content.
Yeah, okay.
It's the content, right?
Friday, hey.
It is the content. You
didn't miss too much.
This is weird.
I've heard.
They treacherous AF. So do you feel like Anton's family was involved in helping you guys kind of have standards and guide through, since your family wasn't necessarily on the same dynamics?
Mm-hmm. Yep, because Anton's parents were married. His father, unfortunately, passed away a few years ago, but they were married for almost 40 years.
Oh, wow.
And then like all of his aunts and uncles, you know, they've been married for, 20, 30 years. So, he's always had that, as an example. Now, even though my mom wasn't married, like my aunts and uncles, were married.
Like Morning Drive.
They've been married for long,
right.
long periods of time too. So I have seen that. So I feel like both of our family structures kind of help shape us into, who we are.
So do you feel like without those people in the family structure that you would have been able to have a marriage long-lasting and successful?
I think so, because I feel like that once you get married, you have those people as examples, but once you're married, it's just y'all two. Like, it's just you and him. So whatever y'all decide, that's what's gonna, mold and make it out to be what it is. Not, what his parents are doing or what his aunts or my mom is doing. It's about what we decide and what we feel, decide to do in this thing.
So what do you think is the balance between, because sometimes people say, you're marrying that person, you're not marrying their family. What do you feel is the balance in between how much the family is involved and how much it comes down to just being you and him? Like, where does the line get crossed in between doing what's best to try to please the family or accommodate or invite their opinion, and when is it, okay, no, this is just, get what they say, this is just you and I? Like, how important do you think the family being on the same page is when you're marrying somebody?
Honestly, I don't think that it matters.
Really?
Because again, it's you and him. Like, whatever happens is between you and him. And that's where I feel like a lot of people go wrong, is that they involve their family and then it becomes a family marriage. And that's not it. That's not what the Bible said. It's between you and him. So it's not like, his mama and your mama. And no, it's.
Did she say that's not what the Bible says? Isn't it interesting how people implement the Bible when it is most convenient for them? Because given what we have saw with Anton, and now, what we see with Rita as his wife, how convenient is it to enter the, to bring up the Bible?
I'm gonna tiptoe around Mika tonight.
Rita,
you can't give her no compliments.
Mika and I have this symbiotic relationship, this thing that we can communicate with each other without words. We got this thing. She don't know that I know what be in her mind sometimes, but I know. I like that bracelet you got on now.
Huh? That's the second time he mentioned the bracelet.
Who knows?
Now let's get into the bracelet, because I know you guys are wondering what's going on. Now, I have received quite a few messages with regards to this bracelet. What people are saying is that the bracelet that Anton is referring to is in fact a bracelet that he has bought her. Now, pay attention to this video. This is coming from No Captivity with Freezy. He's going to point out this particular bracelet in several other videos, because what they're assuming is that this was a bracelet that Anton bought, because he's saying, oh, what a nice bracelet you have.
Bring it a little closer so we can get him.
That's right.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, he probably do like the bracelet. I don't know.
Shout out to Mika.
So obviously Anton took her shopping, and obviously they did things outside of business. But I just want to know one thing. Did you see what I saw? Did you see the bracelet that was on her wrist? Oh, you didn't catch it, huh?
I like that bracelet you got on now. I like that bracelet you got on now.
I like that bracelet you got on now. Hold on. The bracelet costs $500. It's a 10, not worth. Girl, no. What? No, baby. Pillow talking, kissing, yeah. And telling all no lie, child. Oh, honey. And she flossing the bracelet. Mika, I gotta look at you a little side eye. You married too, bro. We giving y'all. I'm looking a little like questionable. I got one eye squinting and one eye looking big because I'm like, what's really going on? Because you sat there and did that whole interview, honey. Oh, it was never like that. It was never like that. It was never like. I don't know. Girl. I gave you a little benefit after that. I think all this stuff came out after Corey Holcomb situation. All this came out after that. When Corey Holcomb said something, that's when all the floodgates of this mess opened. When I say it, you know how you sitting here minding you can see a fisherman minding his business, trying to catch some fish to go ahead and sell it and make some bread. And all of a sudden you got the dam open and it just whoosh and all that water come in like they do in the movies and shit. Excuse my French. That's what this gives. When he said something, it just boosh. I think everybody business started coming out, including Corey Holcomb's. So I'm kind of like, what the hell? My mouth is just, honey. Oh, child. I should have got me a shot. Like, what the hell is this? Baby, this too damn much. Child. Hey, we don't got Jared. We don't got Steve no more. Yep, that's the one. Yep. We ain't got Steve no more. So, I mean, this the entertainment. Where's Judge Judy when you need her?
I like that bracelet you got.
Where's Ricky Lake when you need her? Where's she at?
I don't know.
I need Ricky.
Shout out to one of the No Cap crew, Brian, who actually...
They been catching hell. I need to get Ricky out of retirement. I know she going through her healing journey and enjoying and stuff and working through things, but I need to give her a call.
Sent me the video through email, and he pointed out something that none of us caught. And I do mean none of us.
Everything is contractual.
Yep. I think I agree.
Do you see what I see?
Yep, she got it on.
Do you see what I
agree. I think that's the issue. She's the same way too. She is. When I let her play that interview, her perspective, it was, oh, okay. Mika the same way. She's no different.
I see. And not only did she wear that Talk Perspectives interview with her, she wore that Tasha K's interview too.
She sure did.
Did you go to Detroit to see him for business?
I went to Detroit.
And his wife didn't mind you going along to the game?
No.
But she wasn't with you that day at the game.
No, she was not.
Tasha. Now listen, I said before and I say it again. Me and Tasha K, I don't agree to everything she does. I disagree with some things. But when she sat here and asked questions and said her perspective on things and what it was and had like a conversation, she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong in that. She wasn't wrong with that. She really wasn't. So
your husband could take another woman to a basketball game?
Right.
Tasha, we're not here to talk about my husband.
I'm here to talk about your character.
I heard the husband don't want nothing.
How in the hell we missed all of that?
So while we're talking about the Bible, if we're going to talk about the Bible, we got to talk about the entire Bible, not just the portion that applies to what you want to apply it to. Because I want
to tell you something. I'm glad she said that. I had did live about that months last year. And I talked about how you have to watch out for these conservatives and how now the white, and it's being honest, they take pits of the part. I've called it Christian nationalists, right? They're starting to show that they have some Christian nationalism. And what I mean by that is they cherry pick certain things out the Bible to fit their narrative. They're not going and looking at it saying that this and that. Their belief is what the Bible say and what it is, and what they're going to cherry pick to use it against you. Hey, when they feel like it, that's what's going on. And I want y'all to pay attention to that because, and this is just a conversation about this whole thing, because I was watching Keita Rose, and I'm glad my son about done. I feel bad for anybody that have their children in school because Texas is pushing for Turning Point USA to be taught in schools. That's a problem because they cherry pick the Bible, and there are the hub for that, right? So people like Anton, and he said he was conservative. Hey, people like Anton and his wife, they only cherry pick what suits them out the Bible. They're not going and how, we have people, and I say religion is a thing, but real Christians, they don't cherry pick, right? They say, listen, I'm a believer, I have a relationship with Christ, this is what it is. I want my real Christians, and I forgot this guy name on TikTok, he talked about it, and he was saying how you have to separate now because you have Christian nationalists who believes it with the government and cherry pick to Christians. Yeah, I ain't lying. Yes, they're trying to put Turning Point into Texas schools. Yes, they want them to teach. Yes, they want their videos, and yes, I ain't lying. I'm dead serious. Look it up. They trying to push it. I promise y'all, I ain't lying. They push it that hard. But that's the problem, and that's what's going on. And now you got to separate, and sometimes you got to ask. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Some of these gospel singers and these supposed to be prophets, questionable. I ain't lying. Is it in the face? That's why I'll be like, you sure? When they start saying that God put this man there as a benefit, walk away. Walk away. Let me tell you something. God don't do chaos. He don't do destruction. And just because a person say God and Jesus and the Bible, that's a problem. You gotta be like, look at them. I agree with that, but but what she said, I have to piggyback because I have seen that a morning drive coffee break. I've seen that a lot. I've seen a lot of people that claim to be Christian and are conservative or white wing because they cherry pick out the Bible, but it don't consume to them. And I just be like, I'm trying to get an understanding of why people feel like, and I just be like, so it only matters what you want to use it against. And I've noticed that, and I'm kind of like, and that's the same with Mika. I've seen that with Mika. When she came out, oh, I believe immigrants, I'm an indigenous, meaning she don't look at herself as an indigenous, as a black person, as an African American. She telling y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all what I took from that interview when I talked about it. She's telling y'all she see herself as an Indian with the curly hair, and she's telling y'all something. Some people are still stuck with, if I pass the paper bag test, I get equal opportunities from supremacy. That's not how that go no more. That don't even matter anymore. That don't matter anymore. It does not matter anymore. Baby, they don't give a darn if you could pass that paper brown bag test. If you are black and influenced to anybody, you are a problem. If you are brown and influenced to anybody, you are a problem. And that's just being honest. And that's just what I see with her. And I was kind of like, and it's kind of like Mika knows she's cute. Mika knows any man will pick her in her mind. Like she know her body cute. She this, she that. Heck yeah, I'm gonna take it there. And that's what I see. And that's just being honest. And I'm kind of like, girl, like, okay, I'm married. So what if he want to do it? I know I'm cute. I know I'm I'm the cherry pick of the crop. Yeah. Yep. Yes. That's what it gave me. I promise you. When I watched that, I said, what the fuck? Girl, what? So I was just like, have you researched Mika? Like, it's so much coming out. Like, girl. So you just like to talk about, and I said it before, illegals do not get taxes. Baby, they pay taxes. I want y'all tax season. I want y'all to go sit at the IRS office. I don't care if you park your car. Watch how many of them go up there to go pay their taxes. I'm telling you, they pay taxes. Sit your car. I found this out in 2011, 2012. And I grew up from Florida. And I lived in Florida. I left Florida around 2013, 2014. And that's when they had that tax, scam crap going on, what they call drops. And somebody tried to do mine. So I went to the IRS office and I had to get it done there to make a pen and stuff. Man, I sat there, and when I tell you it was a long lag of illegals with not a stack of cash paying taxes. And I said, and I went home. I picked up my phone. I ain't go home. I was sitting out talking to this lady because she said, I got to file my taxes separate because my husband, he got child support. I'm not a part of that. I can file separate. Okay, cool. Baby, we had a whole conversation. I say, oh my God. I said, I'm going to call my mama. She say, why? You ain't never seen them come pay taxes? She say, no. I said, no. I say, no. I was always told. She say, no. They come in here and pay their taxes. They have to pay the taxes. She in her mind said that we paying for it. I did a live about what our taxes go to. Y'all would be surprised where our tax money is going to. When I do my political stuff, I always say where our taxes are going. Our taxes not going to no immigrants. That's not where our taxes going. And I've been said that. Our taxes do not go there. No. It don't. Our taxes go to what's going on right now. Majority of our taxes, $30 come out. Thank you. $30 only come out for government assistance. For your schools, it's $25. Majority of that taxes are going towards war. Look it up. We're paying more for war than anything. For what? Hell if we know. Our taxes has always went to that. So whatever they want to use it for, that's where it goes to. Now, our taxes are going towards a ballroom. Are we going to go in there? Our taxes, in the health, see how much go towards your health. You'll be surprised. Our taxes go towards the $1 million jets that we can't sit in. Yeah. Our tax dollars are going to stuff. You like, okay, what is that for? The money we had saved when we had that shutdown, that money, child, y'all don't want me to get into it. Y'all be surprised. That's why I be like, y'all conservative with him and agreeing to him for what? Look up what's really going on. You will be like, what? Your mouth is going to drop. Because that's their talking point. But pay attention to where they say they're conservative and cherry pick the Bible. Just pay attention to that. Because I'm telling y'all, not all Christians are Christians. Hey, Just Jacob. Not all Christians are Christians. They're cherry picking for what the government want to push. Because if they push that, we will have Project 2025 aligned. When they get ready to push for Esther, we're already there. Thank you. So that's what is they're trying to push, and that's the goal. Man, I've been going over it for so long, and like I said, y'all, ain't no religions. Where did it go to, AJ? I know our taxes went more than that, but our majority of our taxes went toward and other things that we will never see. But I'm just being honest, and that's just the thing. When I found out, because they cherry pick. And another thing with Mika with me is, first of all, you had this man, excuse me, you had this man buy a $500 bracelet. What did you tell your husband when he asked, hey, ET Too Short, what did you have? I mean, E Too Short, I'm sorry. Girl, I want to be a fly on the wall when that bracelet got found. When he said, oh, that's a nice bracelet. Where you got it from? Oh, I brought this. I want to be on the fly on the wall when he find out that you didn't buy that bracelet. Oh, I want to sit there, have my hands on my cheeks and be like, oh, girl, what did you tell him? I want to know. Because if it's a $500 bracelet and you walking in the house with it, what did you tell him? What did you, girl, what you said, girl? What did you tell? I got to sit right for this. What did you tell your husband? Did you tell him that you brought it and you went a little shopping? Or did you sit here and tell him? This is too much. What the hell? I know I'm intrigued with all this mess going on. What did she tell? Exactly. I want to know, what did she say to her husband? I want to know when he asked about it. I'm curious now, because now we talking about this $500, and somebody in my chat said it was $500, 10 karat gold. It ain't worth nothing. Okay, but what did she tell her husband? The man she married. Girl, I don't know if you're a girl or not, but honey, I want to know, what did she say? I'm intrigued. I want to know. I'm curious now. Where is the husband?
Looks like if your husband is having an extramarital affair.
That's you and him. Like. So whatever decisions y'all gonna make is you and him. Whatever arguments y'all have and when y'all make up is you and him. People go wrong when they include a family because, then people try to act like, oh, I'm not gonna treat him no different, girl. Tell me what happened. And then you tell them, and then you and him make up tomorrow because it wasn't nothing anyway. But then your sister still giving him the side eye every time she see him because he said this to you. And it's like, that ain't none of their business. Like, nobody should know what's going on in your marriage. Now, if you decide to seek some counseling or something from your pastor or therapist or something, that's different. But as far as family goes, keep them out your business because everybody got something to say. While they laying at home next to their husband who just slapped them, they telling you to leave yours. So everybody mind their business. You know I'm telling the truth.
I know that, but we all know that one.
Not next to the husband that just slapped them. Who? What?
Right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Got advice for everybody else.
No, don't lose me, boo.
That's kind of concerning, Rita.
Craving the latest tech, cameras, appliances, and more, but low on cash or credit?
Oh, wow. Times it can be.
I don't hate Anton. I want to tell you that, but I am gonna say this. I am intrigued to this mess. And I'm gonna say this: if Jerry was still around, I'm not gonna lie, this is great entertainment to me because I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on. I am. I want to know what happened with the bracelet. I want to know, did the husband confront Anton? I want to know if anything was. I'm intrigued. I want to know. And I'm just being honest. Conservatives do, when it comes to black conservatives, well, not blacks, it's not just blacks, because there are some black conservatives that's like, no, we're not with the orange man. We don't agree. But he has agreed to some things. And that's just being honest. That's how I see. That's how I see it. Now, I'm not bashing him. I'm just saying that's what it looked like. And that's what it is when they do it. Now, if you want to call it hate, you call it hate. Hate is a strong word for me. You have to do something egregious for me to hate you. Now, I can dislike you and disagree with you all day, and I won't deal with you if I don't like you. And I always say it over here, hate is strong for me because for me to go to hate you, I have to go to the fiery pits of hell and talk to the devil himself. I have to. Like, that's where my hate will go. I'm not there because I don't know him like that. I'm not there.
Hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very.
I'm just wondering, do Anton be slapping the hell out of her? Because I don't know where that came from.
Now that I don't think so. I don't think he do. Now, does he do what he want to do? Absolutely, but I don't think he.
Because I don't know nobody like that who getting slapped upside their head. I don't know them folks.
I don't either.
Okay, so you saying is you two and the family need to listen. They need to respect. So it's up to it sounds like what you're saying is it's up to the two of you to demand that level of respect.
Hey,
from the
Melody.
family. So
Exactly.
for y'all families, do y'all kind of have it set up where they already know, like that's them?
So honestly, like my mother, she's not that kind of person, and neither is his mother. So we've never even, had those type of problems. Like neither of our families is like that. So that's never even really been an issue. Now, I mean, like I might be on the phone with my mom and I might say, girl, Anton left his socks on the floor. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But yeah, like little funny stuff, but nothing like, I mean, because nobody needs to know what y'all got going on but you and him. Because
recommend like professional, like marriage.
Now, I don't know if you guys saw the video that Anton did, and he said that he takes care of her mother. Y'all know when money.
Who got, what are you talking? Are those? No, those are his shoes. No.
He is involved. People tend to be quiet because they don't want to mess that little check up that they got coming. So
it looks like that she's in his room that he does, I guess, where he does his podcast at. She's in there. So she's not nowhere in the home, but in that area.
I feel like if her mom did have something bad to say about Anton, she probably would keep it to herself, because what Anton did say is no women in his life work, including her mother.
Counselors when you have issues, not family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you feel like
if you know what, I will do that. I will look and see if he said anything, and we'll come back live. If not, tomorrow or Sunday. Would I have time Sunday? I'll probably be back. If I do, it'll be Sunday evening. But if not, I will put on my community wall. I will sure do that. I will do that. I will see if Eric said anything, and we'll go from there. I want to appreciate you for giving me his name, because I've been wondering about the husband. I've been wondering what his opinion is on this. So I'm going to see if I can find that.
That has been a key factor in keeping your marriage going for so long?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Because
so on a scale from 1 to 10, how important is that? 10 being the most important. 10 being very important. 10.
12. 12. 12. Because you know what? Because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen, and I've seen it ruin marriages. Yeah, that's a 12.
Or just me?
That's definitely a 12. I mean, but that goes for not just family. It goes for your friends too. Like your best friend. It goes for all of them. Like nobody needs to be in your bedroom but you and your man or your husband.
Okay.
And apparently anybody that your husband chooses to be in your bedroom, because judging from what.
Wait a minute, he not there? He has it. What? Now that is weird. Maybe he don't want to be a part of it, or maybe he feels some type of way and he processing. Wow. And I wanted to see if he said anything. I mean, everybody else is saying something. I feel like he should too. He could tell. I mean, it ain't gotta be what you want to hear, but people be like, respect whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like, okay, if he be like, listen, I want to talk about it. Man, it is what it is. It's nothing I want to talk about. Excuse me, nothing to talk about, but I am going to work on my marriage, or I'm working on the healing. Okay, boom, respect. And it is what it is. But I feel like they all talking about it. They all out here talking. They all out here go, shoot, well, why not? That's how I see it. Everybody else talking, shoot, join in it then. That's how I feel. But he might not feel that way. You don't like her hair? I think her hair is cute. Yeah, he might not feel that way. He might feel like, he going through the process, and I respect that. People process things a little different. They don't process everything like everybody else. And that's just what it is.
We have found all over the internet, it seems like you're not the only one in your bedroom, ma'am. It appears that, maybe Mika, amongst others, was in your bedroom.
Not me.
I'm talking about right underneath our eyes. If it was a snake, it would have bit us. Obviously, that bracelet has some type of sentimental value, being that she's still wearing it. Even though she's...
Right now, I don't know. She might now. I have to be honest, because females, you like something, you keep it on. I'm just going to be honest. And it's like, girl, you don't wear that dress. Girl, you love that dress, And somebody say, ooh, that look good on you. They ain't going to lie. They ain't going to lie.
Yeah, she doesn't have any more dealings with Anton, especially because she said he didn't advocate for her while being under his covering.
Everything has a season.
Yep.
And I think just
say that.
ours have come to an end, because at this juncture, I can't trust that you'll advocate for me being I was under your covering at the time.
And he's never met your husband.
And on top of that, she talks as if she respects her husband and tell him everything. Well, if she respects her husband, she damn sure wouldn't wear a bracelet that Anton bought her while being on an interview with a guy who's apparently real good friends with her husband. So what does this prove? It definitely proves that Mika and Anton had more than a friendship, and that it's even a stronger possibility that they was getting it in, doing the freak nasty. But most of all, it proves that she don't give a damn about her husband, or she could possibly be going through a divorce as we speak, which explains why Anton said this.
So let me ask you something. So now your wife is a casualty of war.
Yeah.
Now we got Mika being as a casualty of war. And I asked her, I said, Mika, are you married? Is she married?
I agree. She did get herself into this mess. She did. She really did. And me looking at it, because I was wondering what everybody was talking about. That's why I'm talking about it. But I do personally feel like she put herself in this position, because it could have been some things set as a boundary as a married woman, and she didn't do that to me. And she did put herself in this mess. Oh, goodness.
I can't speak to her situation.
She said, but you knew and you wouldn't mind speaking to it.
Well, I don't know that, because I'm taking your word for it.
This interview hasn't aired yet.
but I'm still
Hers
taking
is gonna go out
I'm
first.
taking your word
Hers
that
is
she
gonna-
said what she said. I can't speak to her situation.
The thing is, like, I found it very interesting that this husband.
Should they be a casualty of whatever it is?
I get it, and she don't want her husband to be a part of what they got going on.
I didn't say she had a husband. You said
Well,
that.
she said she had a husband.
Okay.
She did say that. And I said, well, where is this husband? I don't see him nowhere on this Instagram.
I think it's a lot
They're
more.
moving on.
It's a lot more complicated than that. And I can't speak to nobody else's situation, but I think it's a lot more complicated than that.
It seems like all of this is more complicated than we thought. At this point, Mika, you just need to take a long break from the internet and try to save your marriage, if it's even possible. If it was me, though, you would have already been served them papers. Make sure y'all share the video.
Woo, 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 woo.
That's a lot.
Well,
That's a lot.
Based on Rita, as long as you keep the people out of your bedroom.
So let me ask you this. What is so you know, Anton don't mind letting people know, like, y'all run my household. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
No problem letting people know. Yeah, in my household is dictatorship. So what do you feel as the wife's role when you have a husband who tends to be more of the take charge type of guy like that?
Yeah.
How do you move as a woman where I understand you told us like we need to pick and choose our battles, but when it does come to time where you want to seriously veto something, where something is happening that you really feel strongly about,
yeah,
how do you maneuver that where it is a time where you're like, okay, normally I wouldn't care, but okay, in this instance, like I'm not having it. Like, how do you move that way when you have a man who is more so in charge?
Again, it just comes down to having the conversation. And a lot of I won't say most times, a lot of times it's just having a conversation. And then he'll be like, yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, let's move that way. Or because I mean, we're so in sync and on one accord that most times we be thinking the same thing anyway. But there has been times where it's like, no, we're going to do it this way. And I mean, you know, you just have to be adamant about it. You just have to, you know, stand for it and actually just let him know, like, hey, this is what's happening. Like, this is what's going down.
Okay. So do you feel like the way, because see, sometimes people tend to paint men like that as these monsters. It's like what I say goes, and they like.
No, that's not.
So you're saying
that's
that's
not
not how it really, because a lot of women say that. They say men that, you know, do their thing and get married and are successful, they say that they're going to be abusive and they're not going to listen to anything you say. And
what? No.
Like, the whole point of this show is to really talk about how it really look like. That is what they tell us. They tell us they're going to do whatever
No.
we want,
That's not how it is. Anton is not abusive at all. He doesn't just say, this is how it's going to be and you shut up. No, that's not how.
That's really interesting that she said Anton is not abusive, because this right here is very much given abusive.
Being married to Anton, oh, wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't think that he has.
I think when she said communicate, I think the communication is he don't know. He shuts down, meaning like he'll probably shut down if he feel that way. Yeah, he probably not. I mean, there's different types of abuse, but I feel like he shuts down. Like some people shut down. Like, I don't want to talk about that, man. All right, cool, whatever. I don't feel like talking about that. I'm going to shut down. Like, that's what people do. That's just what people are. Like, and I don't want to talk about that. So when she said earlier, oh, we might not talk, I thought it was her that she didn't feel like she didn't want to. But looking now, we getting more into it. I think he shuts down on certain things unless it's something that he feel like he want to talk about. And I feel like she shuts down unless it's something that she feel like she want to talk about. It happens.
Everybody before.
Yeah, everybody ain't gonna like
I see him angry before. He's just like a totally different person. When he's angry, he blacks out. This is like being married.
Black out. Oh, he don't
Saying
want
a
to talk.
person blacks out, they have multiple different personalities, and you believe that they have not unalived anybody, but you believe that they're capable, and then you say he's not abusive? Girl, what?
How it is. I mean, I trust him enough to make the right decisions, but at the same time, if it's something,
do I think he cuss her out if he don't want to talk about it and she try to push it? Absolutely.
and you know, like, of course, certain things is just like, okay, whatever, you know, it's not that deep. But like you said, there are times where there are things and I'm like, okay, no.
I think he's standing there.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk through it. He say, you know, why he think we should do it his way. I say, well, I think we should do it my way. And we come to an agreement on, you know, how it's going to be. Like, it's not just him saying, this is it and you shut up. No, it's not like that. It's not like that at all.
That's what they tell us. They be like, he gonna do whatever he wants. He's not gonna care. And I've always felt like that was kind of extreme. I'm like, I don't think that guys are doing that like that in real life.
No, not in real life.
But what you're saying is at the same time, and just reading your energy, I'm pretty sure that you're not going to him like, oh hell no, this is what we gonna do.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I see manipulator. I do see that. I can agree with that as a manipulation.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
I can kind of see in just your energy that it's probably just coming to him with respect, and you're saying that they normally will return the respect.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I like this.
I mean, but that can, of course, that came with a little time though.
Now, that's very interesting that she said this, because this was 4 years ago. And it is very much giving that this lady is acceptable to what he's doing. That, you know, because, I mean, it's all over the internet, right? So we just saw a video where she's like, why come your husband can't be with another woman?
Oh, I wasn't always like this. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. So at what point did you have an epiphany in your marriage where you were like, all right, I'm freaking, let me move a little bit different? Did you have or did you see that methods you were using were not working? Like what happened where you said, you know what, all right, I need to, you know, do some self-reflection and move a little different than how I'm doing it? I just saw that what I was doing wasn't working. Like all of the yelling and the snatching dreams and all of this. Nobody wants to hear that. I don't even want to hear it. So I know he don't. Like, I don't want to see nobody talking to me like that because it's going to make me very angry. So I feel like, okay, if I don't want nobody talking to me like that, then why would I speak to anybody else like that? I mean, it's just, you know, it's just the same thing. And so that wasn't working. So I'm like, okay, let's try a different approach. Let's, you know, give him his time to have a second, calm down, breathe through. Give me a second to calm down, breathe through it. Because then once you calm down and you actually are thinking clearly, 9 times out of 10, whatever y'all was arguing about, it's not even that big of a deal. And you like, oh, my bad. If I had said it differently, then, you know, maybe you wouldn't have got so, you know, angry. Or, I mean, you know, it's just all in, to me, you can say anything. It's all in how you say it. Okay.
Yeah.
The AI Toolkit is live on Artlist. Every leading AI tool you need for video creation is now.
So, do you feel like you went through a transition where you were operating?
Now, to me, y'all, what I'm getting from this interview is she feels like a way to maintain control is to allow him to do whatever it is that he wants to do. As you guys listen to the
man, y'all know what it is. She was mid in high school. In college, he stayed in her orbit, got married. He then get his dad settlement, and she glows up, but ain't nothing going on, no going in nowhere, because he is. I mean, she said it. That's all she know.
Interview, she, you know, acknowledges that there were times where things were crazy, chaotic, yelling, maybe throwing. She made a small allusion to physical violence. I don't know if y'all caught up on that, but what she said is she realized that it wasn't going to work. So I feel like at some point she felt like the way to, to keep this man and the money that comes along with it was pretty much let him do whatever she wants. Somebody sent me a message and I felt like it was someone attached to her that said, listen, she has a soft life. She gets to do all of these things. And like I said earlier in the video, some women are okay with it as long as the man has a lot of money.
Or in your masculine energy with him, and then you kind of had an epiphany and began to kind of move deeper in your feminine energy? Or do you feel like you were pretty steady in your feminine energy the whole time?
I think in the beginning it was more like masculine energy, and I had to shift into that feminine energy because I didn't know any better. Like I said, I got married when I was 22 years old. Right. We was, learning together. I didn't know anything about, being submissive or, talking a certain way. Like that's just how I was used to talking. That's how I talk to my friends, and that's how I talk to everybody. So it was like, oh, this is how I'm gonna talk to him too. And it's like, okay, he ain't trying to hear that.
So you feel like moving more into your feminine energy led to things being more at peace and at ease in your marriage?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Because I always have felt like that is a humongous component in it. When you're talking about marriage for the long run, you have to be able to meet each other with that yin and that yang.
Yeah.
And so then the women try to say, oh, well, that's not going to guarantee anything. And I'm like, well, not being in your feminine energy is going to guarantee something. And that is arguing, headbutting, issues.
Yep.
So, okay, if you're in your feminine energy, will it guarantee things be perfect and butterflies?
No.
But not being in it does give you a 100% guarantee. At least if you fall into your feminine energy, you are at least aligning yourself and giving the situation what it needs to protect.
So basically what she's saying is just what I just explained. The wife has found a way that works.
Hey, everybody coming in. Girl, Genesis, I agree. Yeah.
For her in dealing with her narcissist husband. Let him do whatever it is he's going to do. Be accepting of it because he gonna do the shit anyways. And again, he come with a lot of money. She get the things that she want when, life was harder before.
Potentially get the outcome you want. But if you're just constantly moving in your masculine energy, that's when you're getting something guaranteed, which is to hit a wall with your man, especially for his masculine energy.
It feels good.
That's true. He looking at you like,
exactly.
I do this all day. You gonna get tired before me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And a lot of times too, we can be right, but if you got the wrong tone and you saying it wrong and you coming at them wrong, then none of that even matters.
So I see that you're very, very slim and trim. So have you always been slim? Are you just like naturally slim, or do you have to work at keeping?
So yeah, I have always been slim, but I do work at it too, though. I don't eat beef and pork. I gave that up many moons ago. I monitor what I eat. I go to the gym. I don't drink, a lot of juice and pop, mainly just water. Just
so how important do you think it is for you to stay in shape as a married woman? Because I've always felt like it's kind of messed up to when he marries you, you're slim and in shape, looking good, and then when he lock in with you,
I feel like this interview, given, what we know about Anton, is kind of inappropriate because while I agree, keeping yourself up is part of a relationship, but when you got a person that looks like Anton who is not attractive, but he's doing all of these things, does any of this apply to him?
Right.
I'm saying, got him. And then
Yeah.
you just start looking however, like I see you always keep your hair done, you stay in shape. Like, is that intentional? Like, how important do you feel like that is as being a wife?
I think that's very important. So just me as a person, like even before I got married, my hair and my nails have always been like my signature thing. So that's just like a given. Like that has to be done. But I also agree with you in what you said that, you know, you have to keep up, you know, what he married. Like, you know, you can't just give up just because like, oh, I got him now. Because if he do that, you're not going to be happy about it. So then you shouldn't do it either. And I think that just looking good, to me, it just makes you feel good. Like your overall just attitude and everything just be good when you look good. So, I mean, I think that you should do it for yourself, but for him also.
So do you feel oppressed when you look good for your husband?
No, I don't. I feel lovely when I look good for my husband, because then he tells me how good I look and I'm like, okay. I mean, you know, just like that's not oppressed. No.
Did you die?
You said, did I die?
I see you're still alive.
Right.
After doing all of this. So, and I know the answer to the question. I'm just asking you to be facetious because these are the things the women say to me, like, oh, I gotta look good. I gotta be worried about if my husband think I look good. He should think I look good no matter what. And I'm like, what's wrong with saying, yeah, I want to look good. I want my husband to compliment me.
Right.
So women will get so triggered by that. So that's the only reason why I'm being funny. Asking, like, do you feel oppressed? Did you die? Because the way
not at all.
Talk is as though it's like if they say I want to look good for my man, they're gonna just pass out and just fall on the ground. I personally think it's adorable how he fawns over you. I saw the video y'all did a few days ago. He was like, "You dressed in real promiscuous."
Yeah, at all.
So what do you think is, because I've gotten checked like this before to the point where sometimes I got to do a whole, let me see what you finna wear. So what is the borderline between us wearing what we want to wear and
I agree. I think he was sitting there watching the interview. I agree. I think he was right there.
Your man, like Anton was, by the way, before y'all go there, he was joking.
He was joking, yes. He was joking.
Wait to be like, oh my God.
Right. He was joking.
He was joking because it was just hilarious with sexy for that. So, but before y'all run with that, he was kidding. But on a serious note, what do you think is okay in between your man saying, all right, now that is a little like, what's the balance between how far is too far? And do you think it's appropriate where if your man does say, hey, this makes me a little uncomfortable, that you change? Because I saw a video recently that went viral and it was talking about that. And it was like, oh, if your man tell you to change, he insecure and you're a clown and you're a pick-me if you do it. But what do you feel like, what do you feel is a good kind of balance in there on how that would go?
I'm gonna go from my personal, from just my relationship. I feel like if he says something, you know, he don't want me to wear it, then I'm not gonna wear it. Like, what's the big deal? I mean, you know, like I trust him enough to, you know.
Okay, Tone, I know you just came here. Hey, first of all, hey, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. Happy Friday. Listen, we know that. We already know this hoe. We just having a conversation. Ain't nobody messing with that man. And misspell your cuss words, because YouTube gonna take that down. Ain't nobody messing with that man, okay? This is a conversation about what's going on. I know you just came in here. Like I say, this is an ish show and it's entertaining and we're gonna talk about it. Now listen, if you don't like that I'm talking about this, there are other contents you can go watch, okay? If you don't like it, I got Afro Man up. Go check that out, okay? But no, nobody picking on that goddamn man. That is a grown man. Ain't nobody messing with him. Yeah, chill. Just sit back, have fun, relax. And I'll tell anybody that's new, tomorrow we gonna talk about a whole bunch of other stuff we call Lit Live Saturday. If you are at home and you're gonna be home, not at work, I don't want nobody drinking on the job. We do have cocktails over here, okay? We have drinks. If you drink beer, drink. We're gonna have a good time. All right? That's what we do over here. Okay. We can agree to disagree over here and move forward.
Just roll with what he say. Like, and the fact that he's also a man, and so he knows how other men think. So it could be, to me, like, oh, just my legs are showing, or anything. But because he's a man, he know how another man might look at me or might take that, and it's just like, okay, it's not that deep. Like, I have so many clothes, I can surely go find something else that's just as cute,
right?
And that keeps us in a good place in our relationship. Like, it's not worth having no argument about some clothes.
Yeah, we
so
again,
it looks like you didn't die.
It's too early.
Huh?
So again, it looks like you didn't die.
Exactly. I'm still here.
I'm sorry, the proof being the pudding. I'm telling you. So do you feel like marriage has to be complicated, or do you feel like marriage can be simple and kind of flow?
Oh yeah, it definitely can be simple and just flow. Because I mean, like, now I can't even remember the last time we argued or had a disagreement or anything. It's just like,
well, here's the deal. There is there's no disagreement when you agree with everything. So there is no disagreement. So like I said earlier, I feel like she has really found a way to work with this man. And that is pretty much to let him do whatever the hell it is he does.
We just flow so well together. Everything is just like so smoothly. But again, it's all in how you take it. And I feel like so many women these days have to prove that they're right and they get the last word and all of that kind of stuff. And that doesn't even matter. All of that stuff is not even important.
Trusted as the leader in digital cloud fax technology, eFax Protect provides advanced security.
Okay, so Eugene asked a question on Super Chat. He said
it's a tattoo. I looked at it. It's a tattoo. I don't know what it's supposed to be a tattoo of. I can't tell, but it looked like it's something she got when she was younger.
Says, where'd it go? He says, Miss Daniels, there was a song called Cater to You that some genetically modified females. What? I've never heard that one.
So
Genetically modified females or modern women want to cancel. Do you somewhat model your part of your relationship after that song? Talking about the Destiny's Child.
What song is it? I don't know that song.
Cater to you. Let me cater to you. Cause baby, this is your day. Do anything for my man.
Oh yeah, I do. So I don't know I mean, like, I can't like recall all the words off the top of my head like that. But I mean, if I had to just go off the title, then I would say yes.
But I don't know why they still mad about that song. I as y'all know, I'm a Destiny Child fan. I remember them explaining what they meant behind that song. Why are people still upset about that? That song is about 30 years old. I mean, 20 years old. Oh Lord, about 20 years old.
They was having a fit. They said they was trying to cancel the song because they said it's
why? It's what?
They said it's oppression.
Here we go.
I don't think I'm telling you, it sounds crazy, but that is literally how it goes. Like, now I don't know how to remove this. Hold on. So, okay. So what does everyday life look like? Like, what is realistic? If you have a husband that is an entrepreneur or works a lot and stuff like that,
explain that song.
What do you think is realistic when it comes to everyday life? Like, how is it a lot of time spent together? Is it a lot of work that you have to do? What does it look like? Because I feel like in our minds, we think that it's supposed to be like, flowers every single day, and you wake up and you his unicorn tears and
yes, I love that song.
How as women do you balance your everyday life and having a man that's kind of, doing it?
So there's definitely a lot of work to it. And what people don't see is that 9 times out of 10, the wives are behind the scenes and what's keeping the scenes running. So like I do everything. Like I'm in charge of his calendar.
Okay.
I make sure all of his doctor's appointments, are scheduled, that he, get to him, that all of his time is, allocated for where he's supposed to.
Now listen to
No, I ain't gonna lie. A woman gonna make her man doctor appointment. I'm sorry. I always heard that because men don't like going to the doctor. They don't like going to. They feel like I'm to the men. Y'all, sometimes y'all don't like going to the doctor. Y'all be like, Okay, God dang, for real. Golly, thank you, Southern Christmas girl. Oh man, they been going away from us that long. Yeah, it's time for a reunion. It's time for a reunion, honey. We've been thirsty for 21 years. We need a little reunion. I know we get it during the Super Bowl and little concerts. We need all 5 members to resurface. Yeah, we do. It sounds like she was, unless he was booking them. I don't know. That's why I get weird. Because who gonna book flights? Well, this is 4 years ago. Now, since God has said that they was, I don't remember. I think a lot of women was like, now that they older, and they feel like, but then a lot of women still don't feel the same way about the song. I think a lot of women still like the song. A lot of women are asking for a concert. They're asking for, I'm just saying. That's good. Congratulations, girl. Okay, Miriam, I'll be back live with Liv at 5:30. We're gonna talk about it. Girl, now do your feelings still, I just want to know, Miriam, is your feeling still the same or has it changed? Okay, all right, I guess. I missed them, but I guess. Yes. Like one of those, yes. That's what it's giving. But man, I wanted to go down a rabbit hole about how some of them MAGA women are now divorcing and they coming out telling their side of the story. But I'ma hold it because it's a lot. It's a lot.
To this, y'all. She said she's in charge of his calendar. Now, we've spoken about this before. We talked about the whole issue with them being in this weird relationship. Being, in control of his calendar lets you know that what we heard Mika say was his wife was the one that got my.
Yes. We're going to talk about her at 5:30 because she did a vlog. I'm on a piggyback because I know we talk about this. For the people that sit here and do mommy content and I talk about one of the worst moms in the world. We're gonna talk about it at 5:30. She's going outside, girl. She going outside. She going outside. My time zone 5:30. You'll be 6:30, so it'll be 6:30 for you. I'm in Texas. I'm an hour behind.
Plane ticket. Yeah. So it seems like she has learned to accept this man's behavior.
Yep.
To be, he on this call at this time, he got this meeting at this time. I make sure he's eating right, that he make time to go to the gym. I do all of the household stuff as far as washing the clothes, cleaning up, cooking, all of that kind of stuff. And when we first got married, we waited like 4 years before we had our daughter, but we also sat down and had the conversation. If we have a child, I want to stay home and, raise this child. I don't want to have to send it to daycare and all of that. So I haven't worked in about 12, 13 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay, girl.
yeah, like I'm the man behind the scenes. Like a lot of the businesses and stuff that he has, I run a lot of those. When we had the restaurant, I ran the restaurant. So I mean, like I feel like I work just as just as much as he does.
Right. So do you feel oppressed being?
I agree. I have to agree. That's true. Yeah.
When she said she worked just as hard as he does, I totally agree. But imagine working like you do, because it's pretty normal to have to clean up, wash clothes. Every single person does it, even the married people. So her staying in this relationship means at least she can just do those things and still don't have to worry about working. Although, she's doing these minor tasks for, her husband, Anton. She don't want to deal with doing everything she's doing now and getting a job. Because if she were to go her separate way, Anton may cut her off. Now she can go to court and do all of this, but even then, you got to have money for an attorney, all sorts of things. So I feel like she's staying in this for monetary reasons. It doesn't give that she really wants to be there. It's strictly for the money.
His support and his helpmate?
No, not at all. Because I mean, like
I'm sent back and did your own thing, or if you could do it all over again, would you still have been a helpmate to your husband?
Definitely would have, because not only am I a helpmate to him, I'm also, raising the type of daughter and woman that I want her to be. Like nobody else is raising her. I'm here for everything that she does. And I mean, now I'm in school, like I just started nursing school, but
I heard that you were like, I'm bored, think I'll go to nursing school.
Who offer Love and Hip Hop New York? Who? Hey Felicia, how are you? Who offer Love and Hip Hop New York? No, that's not Chrissy. That's not Chrissy. She can pass for Chrissy if Chrissy cut her hair. Chrissy ain't cutting that goddamn all that hair. She ain't gonna do it, but that ain't her.
Well, it's something that I've always wanted to do. I just never really had the time to do it. So now that I have some time, I'm like, yeah, like why not? So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. But yeah, like I would.
Girl, I'm talking while it's mute. Yeah, she thought that's Chrissy, but Chrissy ain't chopped that hair off. Chrissy ain't chopped that hair off. Chrissy will never. Let me tell you 2 things Chrissy ain't doing. She not leaving Jim, even though they married and Chrissy told him about his money, and we see where that ended. And she not chopping that hair off. The only thing Chrissy gonna do is chop it into a bob. But going that low, Chrissy would never. She's not gonna do it.
Definitely do it all over again the exact same way. Because I mean, like I want to reap the benefits of all of his work. And so all of the shopping I do and the traveling and all of that kind of stuff, like somebody got to work. So why not be the helpmeet, what I'm saying, to get him to the successes that he need? Like, I'm talking to people's wives and getting him meetings and, doing a lot of networking and everything.
Tell us about that. Now, what's the formula?
And another thing Chrissy ain't going to do. Chrissy would have been hit. I'm just being honest. Chrissy would have hit Mika in the face. Chrissy would have confronted her and hit the girl in the face. I'm just gonna be honest. Chrissy ain't gonna. Chrissy is a firecracker. That wouldn't slide with Chrissy. That ain't gonna slide with Chrissy. Chrissy, we seen it. Chrissy tell you that ain't gonna slide. No, never. Okay? Chrissy ain't gonna let that slide, baby. I'm sorry.
She talking to
Chrissy ain't
people's
gonna let that slide.
wives. Yeah.
What's the formula for that? So if you have a man, he has a certain niche that he's in or work he do, and you go to functions, like how do you bring value and kind of parlay with the wives and
I mean, like you don't just go in and be like, okay, I'm gonna get him some business today. I mean, it's just like
the way she did Kimbella, absolutely. Chrissy, yeah, Chrissy ain't gonna, Hey, Cancer. Sorry, Cancer. Yeah, Chrissy, no, baby. Chrissy, but she checked Jim Jones and she checked his mama. Chrissy ain't gonna let nothing slide.
You just be yourself. Like, just be yourself. Have conversations, meet with them. Y'all go out and have coffee. You might go out to lunch. Like they be.
One more thing, Chrissy would have brought up that yes, she did check her, and yes, she gonna check her. Chrissy ain't. No, baby, Chrissy.
Come your friends, and then that turns into business meetings and business moves and all of that. It's no set formula. Just be yourself. But at the same time, you can't be yourself with a bonnet on, though.
So you're anti-bonnets.
I'm anti. Yes, definitely.
Yep,
definitely.
I am also anti-bonnet. Do you wear a bonnet when you go to sleep?
Sometimes it depends on how my hair is.
So if you just got your hair laid for the gods, you might put a bonnet on?
Yes.
So how does Anton feel about that? Do he be like, why do you have on this bonnet?
Can I be honest? Having a bonnet and a scarf protects your hair. And let's be honest. And I don't get the cotton, get the silk. Sometimes when you got a fresh do and you don't want to mess that hair, ladies, we got to be honest. I know y'all like to sit here and be like, oh, it don't work like that sometimes. We have to be honest about our hair, black ladies, because it does reverse. Okay? And most people are natural. They don't have a perm. Let's be for real, okay? It's not the cream of crack. But there are things that you do to keep your hair intact because your hair looks so good. It has to stay that way. So when you get up in the morning, it can look lovely. Pin curl it, whatever, and keep it on. It worked that way. Let me tell you something. Keeping your hair. Yes, absolutely. Honey, or get a scarf when it's windy and keep it. You don't want that wind touching that hair, baby. Yeah, you got to keep that hair, baby. Exactly, you got to keep that hair tight, baby. Let me tell you something. When you get a person, it's expensive than it was back then. When you get that goddamn hair done, honey, and they laid it, and it looked good, and it stay in place. You don't want nothing to mess up your hair. Before we leave, can you do a wrap for me? Yeah, and they'll put the little, what you get they'll put the scarf on for you and wrap it up. Okay? Pin curl. Because let me tell you something. Yep, it ain't going to stay without a scarf. Come on. Baby, you want that hair to look like you just walked out that salon. Like the day you walked out, by tomorrow it got to still look good. Let me tell you something. It is a lot when it comes to hair, okay? Yeah, they don't got to come out with rollers. Get your scarf and put it on. A silk pillowcase. Let me tell you something. Another thing that I do that help with with me from getting trims, and somebody told me this. When you at home and you wash your hair, deep condition your ends and let it sit on your ends under a shower cap for like an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, I'm saying, listen, the black community knows when it come to hair, it gotta look good. That's the statement piece. No. Baby, that hair is always be a thing. Oh, the nets when they walk out, yeah, they keep it from. One thing I tell folks, I say, if you get you a wrap in the summertime, in the summertime, whoo, you finna sweat. You finna sweat. Them wraps that make you sweat in the summertime. The best time is fall through spring. Good time to get that wrap. Hitting them braids. You know it's hot as heck. Get them braids. Yes, and when you got your braids, deep condition too, and wash them. That way your hair, I'm telling you, it be too goddamn hot for a press. Trust me.
Too hot.
He don't care. He don't care. As long as I'm not going outside with it.
Got 10? Because at Rent-A-Center, $10 pays your first week on a new agreement.
Yes.
Choose an item.
Muhammad said he's donating to my mic fund.
Gotta keep it
Y'all,
up.
I could have done this mic thing. I have somebody coming next month that's gonna set it up for me. Y'all know I am technology retarded. I don't know how to do that.
I wonder if sis God has ever catch up, because she been saying that for a while. Her technology, they're not that great of friends. So I wonder if it's still the same. Go ahead, Miriam. I think sis Goddess did say, I don't know if it's still the same, because I remember her saying that, and I don't know if she still feel the same way.
I have anxiety, okay? I have tried to do the mic thing. I get anxiety attack immediately. I don't know how to do that. Somebody is coming next month, and he is going to come set all this up, and we will be good then. So unless y'all don't give me the money for the mic, because I'm still not buying, I'm still not picking it out, I'm still not buying it, and I'm still not setting it up. So unless one of y'all gonna come set it up and bring it in here, I don't want to hear y'all mouth, because I'm not doing it. I get anxiety. Okay, so y'all gonna just get this work, and y'all will be all right. Danica Marie, I'm so glad you're here. We're having our discussion on my wife archetype series, and you're gonna be one of my wife archetypes, by the way. I meant to tell you about that. So I put you on.
She said, I meant to tell you.
I meant to tell you. I meant to featuring you as well. Listen, you can do that with your sister. It's like, hey, sis, I need you.
Right, of course. And we gonna come through.
I pulled up. Okay, this house is look like I'm like, sis, I need to pick your brain. And sis was like, say less.
Yep.
So no bonnets outside.
No.
Someone say you look like Chrissy Lampkin. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, somebody else told me that. I've heard that actually a few times before. I think it's just the mole, because I don't really think I look like her. I think it's just the mole.
I think it's the complexion. No, I see it.
Really?
The only advice I can give you is, you can. The advice that I give you is, in the same way, when you wash your hair, don't do the shampoo and conditioner all in one. Do shampoo and then condition your hair, and try to keep it like a less heat. Cause I'm gonna tell you something, that's for anybody hair, any hair type. Don't do all that heating, don't do all that bleaching. Try to keep your hair, how you can keep it. Cause trust me, trust me. I have a cousin, she's biracial, and the same with her hair. She can't do all that heat. But her hair cute though. And shout out to her. I like when she have her hair pressed. I mean, I love her curls, but I like when she do it right. She's just so cute to me. She say she don't want to wear a bonnet. She feel like people will judge her if she wear a bonnet. That's what she's saying. Yeah, get you a bonnet, girl, and keep your ends trim. That's the best advice I can give you. Get you a bonnet. It's okay. Keep your ends trim. Don't bleach your hair. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't care who it is. Don't bleach your hair. Don't bleach your hair. Don't do it. Yeah, just keep it in its natural thing until you're ready to press it out. Don't until you're ready to straighten it, but just keep it that way. I see a lot of girls keep it, Keep it wavy and stuff. Don't do too much, you know.
Yeah, I see it. Oh, thank you, Kenya. I sent us $50.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all gonna stop hating on
Yeah,
my
condition
microphone.
your ends out daily.
Thank you, MIG. He says, shout out to Miss Daniels and 6. Please continue teaching these genetically modified women how to be women.
That's funny. I've never heard that before.
I haven't either, but I think that is so funny to me. So, okay. So you're saying, so basically what you're saying is, you know, when you go to these business meetings and stuff, don't just sit there in the corner like
this.
Just
throw it about it outside.
Talk to people,
yes,
show
definitely.
Your personality, talk to other women.
Definitely. Yeah. You want to get out there. You want to put yourself out there. You know, just have a good time. Be yourself. But yeah, you definitely can't just sit in the corner and expect it to come to you or fall in your lap. You know, you have to put in some kind of work.
Okay. So now this is, I'm going to wrap up here, but this is a question I have because this is why I really wanted to have you on here. So your story on how you became married is unconventional. Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
There are so many aspects
How are
of the story
you?
where so many women that I know present day would have been like, So what do you say to women who feel like, I know you mentioned, you know, you want to build with a man. I've always felt like building with a man may not mean that you literally picking up a hammer and nails. Normally what it can mean is you are being support to the man and not being a hindrance to the man. And
definitely
it's easier for the man to build.
Yes, definitely make it easy.
My thing is, I agree with that, with what she said, but also y'all, for order for y'all to build, y'all need to know y'all a team and y'all need to support each other and have each other back. Not just you support and having and not be a hindrance. The same has to go for him. Y'all both got to be equal in that place because it's going to be easier if he's not doing the same or she not doing the same to sit here and go ahead and do and make it to where somebody can come into the marriage or the disrespect. You have to make it where y'all both do the same. Y'all a team. You're a team. You're not just building a marriage. You're building a foundation for the kids to, you know, you got kids, you want them to know this is how it go. So, and this is how it should be because they look at that. It takes two, not just one, two. Okay, 1 + 1 = 2.
Easier.
Right.
Yep.
So the man builds, and so many women I feel where they go wrong is they become a hindrance in the man building, and that's why the man tends to buck back. So what would you say to the women who say women is a pick me if she says that she is willing to build and kind of grow with her man?
I mean, honest. So all the people that are saying that, since you're not doing that, is what you're doing, is that working for you? Is that working? Is it working, or are you still single?
I feel like,
right.
You know, if we use Rita's strategy, I think everybody would have a man. If you look at, you know, a lot of the way relationships are going compared to how they went 10 and 15 years ago, it's very different because I feel like, you know, women have really decided that we don't have to always be in a relationship.
Exactly.
And I feel like that came from us prioritizing relationships and just not having them work. I feel like it came from women doing exactly what she is doing now and just not having it work. So I don't believe that to be necessarily true because anybody can get a dog, a Negro, like anybody, like they are available. But I believe that, you know, women are in a place where they are really tired of feeling like you have to have a man. Like, we don't need a man to buy a house. We don't need a man to do a lot of things. While it would be,
and see, Now I'm finna be honest. That's what he supports. That's what he support. He don't. I'm gonna be honest. It's not bashing him. He don't support that you don't need a man to buy a house and you don't need a bank account, your own bank account. Your husband got it. You gotta be married. That's where we at, right? So you can't sit here and say, oh, well, I mean, women had them rights since what, the 70s going into the 80s. So it's like, I mean, like, let's be for real. That's just the rights. Not saying you don't need a man, but it's okay to have some things for yourself. Exactly. I agree. You got to have some things for yourself just in case. If something happens, he can't do this no more or something, right? Let's just say, hypothetically, we're not wishing nothing on nobody. You got to sit here and make sure you got something already there for what's needed. Not just looking at what he got. You got to have some too. Because guess what? Let me tell you what I was taught. Okay, if such and such don't pay the bills, that bill still got to be paid, don't it? Oh, okay. If that mortgage or rent not paid, it still got to be paid, don't it? It still got to be done. Regardless if they there or not, that still got to be taken care of. And I say this all the time, especially when I talk about I talk about when I be telling the young girls, like, they be like, oh, he gotta be there because I had the baby. Baby. The baby still need a diaper change. If he not there, the baby still got to be fed, girl. At some point, neglect because he not there. Yeah, you got to have a rainy day fund. And when I be talking about some of these moms, they be neglecting. Well, it's one that I talk about a lot. And she neglect her kids because the men leave. She want to, and I'm going to talk about it at 5:30. So if y'all interested, it's a mess. She broke up with the baby daddy blocked her. And she's sitting here talking about she want to get a baby up because the baby daddy don't want nothing to do with her. Well, when you met him and known him for 2 to 3 weeks, you should have thought about that, right? So now that she had a boyfriend and he gone, the kids eat McDonald's. The baby still got to eat cooked food. What do you mean? Oh, Lord. Regardless if the man there or not, regardless if she there or not, things still, no bills and nothing pertaining to the household or the children cannot go. Exactly. You keep you some under the mattress or something. And I tell anybody that watch me, we know where we're heading right now in this time. What I want y'all to do is take y'all some money out and save y'all some money. Keep it up. Make sure y'all got a generator and make sure you have plenty of water and stuff that you can eat out of can or whatever, because we don't know what the hell going on right now. Just be prepared, okay?
Good to have one. I think we are in a place where we are happy. We feel free. We don't feel burdened down with a bunch of bullshit and problems. And I feel like that's why you see a lot of women moving so closer toward making more money, going to school, because at the end of the day, all we really wanted to do was, take care of our families. But, a lot of us, and I don't want to go out on a tangent, even when we were in these relationships where we helped the man, whoever we were with, build, in some instances, it didn't always work out to our benefit. So when we left those relationships, what did we have to do now? Build for ourselves. So I don't agree with her. I just don't.
MacBook Neo. Meet Windows. From Excel to Microsoft Word, you can use any Windows app you want. Over 200,000 Windows apps right from.
So I think, here's the thing. People need to, or I'll say women need to stay off of social media so much.
My edges.
Look at you.
I feel like you should have just dropped the mic and just walked off after you said that.
Women need to stay off of social media. Girl, some of these women is making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 on social media. We're not sitting around waiting on a dog, a Negro.
Violence today.
Including Sis. I ain't finna lie to you. She get paid. Okay? She gets paid. Sis get paid. So I don't know why she laughing, girl. You get paid now. You get to a nice little check.
I should have had it. I should have had one of Anton's hoodies to put on, right? Like he do when he on his shows when he choose violence. I should have had a hoodie.
You woke up and chose immediately.
Yep, and we talk about that because she did. Honey, she a case.
Well, I just it's true. Edges. Okay, so now elaborate on that.
It's true though. I just feel like, if what you're doing is not working, why not try something else? Why not try what somebody else is doing? Why not try to build with a man? Why not humble yourself and see?
No, ma'am, we don't want what you have.
If that works for you, because what you're doing clearly is not working. But I also think that women need to stay off of social media.
I feel like looking like a fool, it ain't working for you either.
Lord have mercy.
And stop looking at, what everybody else is doing and all of these celebrities that's saying, you don't need a man and you can do this by yourself and all of that kind of stuff. Like, no, like we were not meant to be alone. Like we need men.
You're right, but I think women are saying nobody want a marriage or relationship where it's drama filled. You gotta have somebody come up to first of all, I say this all the time, nobody, I don't care who it is, should have to tell you that your man did something or your woman did something without them coming to talk to you. That's what nobody wants. Let me tell you something. I understand what she's saying, and we fast forward to 4 years. I'm going to keep it a buck, and that's the only way I can do it. Talking about these crime cases, let me tell you something. It's a lot going on where there are women. I did one case. I'm going to jump back in. What today is? Oh, no. I will be doing an update on the Romika case. And if you guys know about Romika Blackman, she shared a child with a man, and the woman wanted to take her out. And she did just that and thought she can get her spot. No, and the child is motherless, both of them. Nobody wants that. There are women out here, yep, you got to learn to yoke it out, that'll sit here and want what you got as well as men and don't want the women to leave because they don't want nobody else to have them. Ain't nobody got time for that no more. We got too much going on in this world to where we need drama at home. Something got to be a piece. And I think I say this for everybody. I don't know if you could agree or disagree. Men and women, we just want peace. Okay? Inside of chaos. Your home got to be your peace. Yeah, we can argue, fight a little bit, but when it go too left, you just want peace. While outside is chaos. That's it. Nobody don't want all the extra mess.
You need men.
Somebody for what you
like
got.
That's just it. It's just that's just how it goes. Like it is what it is.
We need men. No, honey, you need a man. We don't need men. It would be great in an ideal situation to be, to have somebody, but we don't want to fight for this shit no more. We feel like we are good enough. So no, we don't need a man. We might want one. You might need one.
But I just feel like that in this day and age, women really need to humble themselves and stop trying to be the man and let the man be the man.
And so
now I agree with that, but see, right now I'm thinking of Rita and looking at her from a different lens, because of course women need to stay in their places, but ma'am, you out here looking like a fool. I know this video was 4 years in the past, but yeah, I feel like you knew a lot about what your husband was doing. So you telling women what to do is looking real crazy and stupid, because we don't want to hear from you. Okay. We don't want to hear from you when your man is clearly out here tricking with somebody that don't even look like you.
And so then when you make up the decision in your mind to do that, I feel like you attract a man who will be a man.
Definitely.
I think if you're so busy in the masculine mindset, I think that makes women attract feminine men.
I agree.
If he
I agree.
Think like that, their next thing out their mouth is, well, he got to be a man. Well, how you gonna attract you a whole nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, you might need to be more of a woman like that way you can attract.
That's odd. She said a man that's feminine, because that's exactly what her husband is, feminine.
His role is to protect a woman.
100% agree.
I agree, my sister, and this is why this conversation was so valuable. Like, you dropped some gems on us, and I'm just over here with snatch edges. If I had a wig, it would be crooked right now. Like, my ponytail almost fell off during this conversation. But I feel like for sisters like yourself, because it's one thing to be married, and it's one thing to be married for 17 years.
Yeah, okay? I agree.
So, again, the proof is in the pudding. I feel like so many sisters are not vocal enough, like, talk to us. You know what I mean? Like, we respect what you have to say, again, because you have the resume behind it. You have the portfolio behind it. I wanted you to come on here so the women could see a chocolate sister that's in shape, that's feminine, that takes care of herself, that is married, has been married, is happily married, is a helpmate to her husband, and she still was able to do the things she wanted to do. You had to kickstart things with you and your husband, get your daughter birthed, now she's older, and you were still able to do the things you wanted to do. But now it's not, I gotta study for my exams, I gotta get this job and finish school and
right.
Like, bored, think I'll go to nursing school. So I wanted the ladies to see we get very stuck in this negative mindset. It's impossible, ladies, and we see it right here. And these are the type of conversations I want to have, so we can start to reshape this reality and reshape not the reality, but reshape the facade and reshape it into reality. That there is a way it can work. It doesn't have to be abusive and controlling. It doesn't have to be that you're miserable and you're oppressed. And it can be that when you just handle your business as a woman, that it can lead to peace, and it does not have to be complicated, and you can be happy. So I want to thank you for coming on here and talking to us. I think it was very healthy for the ladies to see.
Well, guys, that is pretty much the end of the video. Shout out to Six, the goddess. This is an interview that she did some time ago. And y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's very interesting.
Shout out to Lakeisha Keisha. That was good for the book. I couldn't find it. It's Six still on YouTube. Like, I cannot find. Hold on, because I was trying to find her page to pull it up, but I couldn't find it. Girl, never mind. Wow. Now it's all of a sudden pull up. Ooh, whoop dee woo. You know what? Child. Child, all of a sudden now she pull up. Well, shout out to her for doing that interview. And right. Child, I was trying to find it so we could talk about it because that's why I saw it at, but I couldn't. But anyway. All right, you guys. I'm going to end it here. And shout out to Lakeisha Keisha. This is a mess, child. Now, if you guys are new subscribers, I do want to let you guys know I will be back with some mommy content, as I said before, at 5:30. And we're having drinks tonight. 5:30 my time, okay? We're having drinks tonight. I want to give a caution. Viewer discretion is advised. The word we're going to have tonight is pregnant. I got to look up the words. I'm going to put it in the chat for the words that every time she say in this video, we're going to take a shot. Or you can take a drink. It don't got to be alcohol. It could be some juice, bottle of water, whatever you prefer. And then tomorrow, I have Lit Live Saturday, and we talk, and we have alcohol, and we have fun, okay? Whatever you prefer. I do talk about a lot of things over here in April 5th. I think I got to go live again tonight. I think I am. So I'll be live with that. And then I'm going to come back and do my Bell Collective. I talk about reality TV shows if you're interested. April 5th, we are doing Real Housewives of Atlanta on Sunday nights. We're going to have peach cocktails or whatever you prefer. And, you know, some peach candy or whatever, you know, cookies, stuff like that. Whatever you prefer. Okay? Yeah, girl, go to the liquor store, girl. Go on to that liquor store. We're going to have a good time tonight. So just to let y'all know, we have fun over here. I talk about everything. I even cover crime stories. I just covered one before this live about the 18-year-old that got unalived that was pregnant. I'm covering another one about a child that one of my subscribers sent me. And then I'll be covering another one about the two parents that got unalived. One was pregnant. She was waiting on a baby. I think that happened March 9th. I forgot what state that was in, but we're going to cover that. I cover a lot of things over here. So y'all welcome to check out any other content. I will be coming back with Afro Man because it's a little questionable things going on. Yes, we're going to talk about Lotto tomorrow. We got a lot on Lit Live Saturday. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see y'all at 5:30. Make sure you got your drink. If you don't drink, that's fine. Get you some Welch's. I think that's the one. That's the state. That's it. I believe that's it. Yeah. About the girl was was expecting, and her and the boyfriend got unalived, and she was pregnant. I think that is in Birmingham. I did cover Genesis. I haven't found nothing new, but when I do, I'll come back. And then I will be hopping back on the Romika case, Blackman case. So yeah, come on back, honey. 5:30. I'm gonna put the words, and I'll tell y'all what the words gonna be for a shot. Cause watching her, you're gonna need one. Okay. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I see y'all in the next one. And remember, we have fun over here. Bye, y'all.